ago, you were carrying this on your body.
Easter 2005, Brian.
Easter 2005. And I'll just
attached to a cross, Brian.
Attached to a cross. This is Kevin D. Moore. And whereabouts were you walking with this?
This was from Manukau towards Auckland City.
Okay, and it says here, do you really think Jesus died so you could destroy the world with motor racing SUVs and rampant consumption, ? And around the other side, we'll just, where do we go next? We've got a diagram here of point of no return, oil peak now, decline, and you've got it displayed there, rising carbon dioxide, and declining of oil to spell disaster for all of us. And what else have we got here? Financial ruin. We'll just move that there.
Spiritual ruin.
Financial ruin, spiritual ruin, environment ruin, the reward for worshipping the false god of car, power, boat, four-wheel drive, the killing god. Now, that's probably all we need to know. Now, when you were staging this protest, what reaction did you get from the police and the authorities?
Well, this is very interesting because
come back here and
the Manukau police were a little bit perturbed at first, but I discussed all this and said, well, actually, there's nothing illegal in what you're doing.
Yes.
That's fine. So walked along the road. They actually accompanied me across the Panmure Bridge.
Right.
But interestingly, the Auckland police said, sorry, get this right, the Manukau police said, just be careful, the Auckland police, they may adopt a different attitude. Mm-hmm. Well, absolutely, because, I walked about 100 metres on the Auckland side of the bridge and was basically pounced on.
And you were arrested?
Yes, and hauled off to Auckland Central Police Station, abused on the way, abused when I was there.
And how did you spend the remainder of your time in the police station? They put you in the cells?
We put in the cells and moved from one cell to another, including one which contained vomit.
This was during Easter?
Oh, yes, this was on Easter Sunday.
Easter Sunday.
This is our Christian country. This is somebody trying to help the country because I'm raising issues which attack the status quo.
Okay. And I understand because of that you've lodged some complaints with the police?
So I immediately raised this with the Police Complaints Authority prior to the court case. Yeah. We've got a whole lot of issues here. We've got failure of disclosure. We've got perjury by police officers. This is going all the way through the system. Yeah. I've discussed this with the Ombudsman's Department.
So it'd be interesting
to see... The Police Professional Standards Officer, it's all been discussed. So.
It'd be interesting to see how it's resolved. I cite that because that shows that you're sincere. Some people would say sincere or sincerely wrong, but anyway, the evidence seems to be on your side at this stage. But also, I want to indicate to people that there's a nice, normal aesthetic side to you and what makes you tick. And when you're not protesting about the planet and the environment, I understand that you like art, and this is some of Kevin D. Moore's artwork there. As you can see, he's into beauty and aesthetics, and we'll zoom in on that. And in addition to that, I understand some time ago, we'll just zoom in here, that you were very good at the...
Lambada. This is the Lambada
dance
competition, yes.
And this was the...
second place, Brian.
You were second place. And this stunning photo featured prominently in the Daily News.
Yes.
And you look very young and athletic and virile there. Can we...
this is back in my youth.
Back in your youth. Can we find out what year that was?
That was 1991, early 1991.
1991.
February.
So you're interested in art?
Going back 16 years.
Gardening? We don't really have more time to show more artwork, but yeah, what makes you tick?
Look, Brian, I far prefer not to be doing all this activism.
Yes.
Attacking the government, attacking the district council. I far prefer to be spending my time living a life of culture, art, dancing, music, all this stuff. But I have to do this environmental stuff because, nobody else is doing it, and probably I'm the best person to do it.
It must be lonely, though, being persecuted and misunderstood and being labelled as a bit of a nutter.
Chicken Little, I think, was the phrase.
Yeah, so you got a thick skin, or what's the story?
Oh, look, when you have been abused by the police and locked up for trying to help society, you get a...
So you've toughened up a little bit?
Oh, look, yes.
Okay.
Look, when I was a child, I was the sweetest little thing you could imagine. I don't know if I brought... Oh, look, no, did I bring one?
Yeah, you just be careful you don't dislodge that microphone there.
There it is.
There's a picture.
There's the sweet little child.
Well, you sit back and relax.
Would not say boo to a goose.
So when we look at that child, you never thought that he'd be environmental activist.
And now the thorn in the side of the government and the city council. But I must do this because these people are driving society off the cliff. And they are destroying. They're actually sabotaging the community.
Yeah. And you're doing it because what you need to, and no one else is doing it, or not enough people are.
Other people are doing it, but
sounding
far too few. Far too few people have the knowledge to do it.
Yeah.
Far too few people have the courage to do it, I think.
Right.
You know, all the drive.
Now, we have a lot of farmers and pragmatic business people who are conservative watching this, and they'll be having their meal thinking, this guy is crazy. Look, what's your message to them?
Well, they won't be saying that 2 or 3 years down the track when their business has failed, when they can't get fertiliser from their farm, when the price of fuel is $5 a litre and they're starving. They'll think, oh dear, we should have listened to that guy. But, I mean, this is the way that people... this is societies. They go off the cliff. It's when you've got catastrophic failure that people start responding.
With 90 seconds to go, what is your message, your summary message to people watching this interview?
Right now, be prepared for a collapse of the world economy sometime in the next 3 years, possibly this year. Get into permaculture, start thinking about energy use, start thinking about changing your life before you go off the cliff.
Now, I'm not a prophet or a son of a prophet, but you are making some predictions about what's going to translate in the global economy in New Zealand. Let's say December of this year, what will happen? And then we'll bring you back and we'll compare to see how accurate your prediction was.
Well, certainly the American economy will have partially imploded, if not completely. There are a lot of unknowns. If there are a lot of hurricanes this season, that will finish the American economy off completely. 2006 was remarkable because there were so few hurricanes. Well, the ones that there were, they went up the coast and didn't hit anything. I can't tell you. A lot of unknowns here.
That's your prediction for America. And what about New Zealand?
New Zealand will not go down as fast because this is the last place to run to when everything turns nasty environmentally. So people are going to be buying into New Zealand. Money's going to be flowing into New Zealand. We're selling off the land, etc. But New Zealand is actually going to fare better than anywhere else.
20 seconds to go. What can people do now? 20 seconds to go.
Get straight into permaculture. Look, of course, buy the book. And I'm not doing this because I need the money from the book. It's get the message out. Buy the book and start working on it, because if you've got no plan, you are going to be devastated.
Kevin D. Moore, pleasure talking to you. We'll bring you in a few months and just see how things are tracking. And good luck with your conference. And it'll be interesting to see how things pan out.
And just in case.
Yep, there it is.
You can only see this if you've got your eyes open. If you've got your eyes shut, you won't see anything.
Point taken. You've been watching Taranaki Talk. I'm your host, Brian Vickery. Thanks for watching. We look forward to seeing you again.